Hey, that's me. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever podcast by me, Quanson. I got a couple special guests. One of them, probably both two of the top admins. I don't know which one of them wants to fight for being number one. But first up, we got Cookie. Cookie, say hello.
What's up?
That wasn't hello, but I'll take it. Next, we have H-Coke. H-Coke, say hello.
Hello.
Couple of topics we gotta go over. Cal just dropped a new draft class. You know what's going on with that? It's not the usual Spencer Rattler, all that. It's something special. Talk about what's going on in the league. And I stole this from Bomb because I think I could do a list better. So I got the top 10 all-time list of basketball players. I don't know why I didn't type NBA. Stupid. Then we got the top 10 all-time list of NFL players. And I got a question for 250 rings, and I didn't get that cleared by Cal, but guess what? He's going to do it anyways. All right. So start it off. Let's see. Look at that. You see that how that slide slid like that? Yeah, I put in work on this.
Shoot, I can tell. That's a nice PowerPoint you got there.
Thank you. I tried my best. So we got the new draft class. What in the hell is Cal Man thinking with a bunch of exclamation points? What do you guys think of it so far? Have you scouted any yet?
Yeah, we scouted a couple guys.
Yeah, I scouted. I was looking around at it, and some of the people I scouted are like sixth round talents and projected first round. So I don't know what Cal got going on, but it's something different. It'll make it unique. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. It's got two chances here. It's gonna be unique and fun, or everyone's gonna hate him at the end of the draft.
I from what I heard them talk about in party earlier was that, you know, it's something new. There's a lot of content that comes along with it because I guess each player is supposed to have some type of story to them. It's not going to be something we've ever done before, and there's going to be a lot more like opportunities for players to either boom or to be absolute shitters and be busts. So like you said, Quanson, people are either going to love it, or if they get screwed just like Ante did in Minetage's draft class, they're going to fucking hate it.
One thing I'll say about it, though, is, like, that's how the draft should be. Like, you should be getting screwed. Like, I'm tired of Calman's boring ass. There's two good players in each class, and the rest, the 20 of them, look exactly the same, play exactly the same. Let's have some diversity in here. Let's have a quarterback that's fast as fuck, running the triple option in college, and he can't throw worth the shit come in. Not everybody needs to be fucking Gardner Minshew from rounds 2 through 7. You know? I can't think of a single player outside the first 2 or 3 rounds that are usually unique in our normal draft classes. So maybe it'll be fun. You guys got any final words about it?
Cal did say that it's overpowered, and I feel like every time he said that, the class has actually been crazy. So if he says it's overpowered, I might start trading for draft picks if I'm in the league. But I am in the league, so I will start trading for draft picks.
I mean, unless you plan on leaving, you know, gas is going away apparently, so we all might not be in the league.
I'm gonna have to quit Madden and go steal some gas or something.
Exactly, but you know, if you're looking for draft picks now, I'm just saying I have 6 of them in the first 64.
I already told you. You know, we know. Don't turn this into a trade negotiation episode.
No, we're not gonna do that. Cookie, you got anything you want to add about it?
No.
All right, short and sweet. Thanks, Cookie. That's why we appreciate you. But yeah, it looking to be fun. So let's see. Like, still sliding. We're still sliding. I could have changed it up and went something different from the slide for each one, but I'm lazy. All right, what's going on in the league? Who are the hell are all these new people? Where's Raging? But we've had Raging lead, Grape take his spot. Weapon X, I heard he was gracefully kicked, and he was really receptive about it, and he's like, understood. I heard it all went well. And Seal Man, last time I saw Seal Man was probably in Vietnam. It's been a while. I asked him what the price of Michael Thomas was. He said to send me an offer. Never heard from the guy again. Never saw him in Discord again. So, but and then we have who's the new guys? I know Grape.
Great. Are we
Steady.
counting Are we counting just anybody new to this reboot, or like new in the
Not
past people?
just new recently.
Steady. Um, I heard. Well, I mean, we heard good things about Steady. That he's active. He's pretty good cop. Astro was the one that invited him. I don't know if he's in both PS4 and PS5 for Guardians, but he did pop into party today, and he does seem pretty cool. So hopefully, he turns out to be a good member. I can't really think of anybody else that's like new been paid. He was actually here before, um, around the same time as some random Khalil guy joined, and he was mad because we were gonna give him the Titans, but then Kyle liked this been paid guy more. So he joined back, and I don't even know what team he has, but he seems pretty
I
cool.
think
He seems pretty active. So
I believe he has the Saints, right?
yeah. Steady has the Rams.
I mean, they even outside of those two, I feel like there's been a lot of like returning and like new faces. Like sometimes it's exciting, but sometimes it's like it gets a little crazy trying to like learn and meet all these new people. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably just as crazy for them too. They don't really know any of
yeah,
us like we
they
all know each other. I think that's like yeah, like we all love having Raging in the league and having him in Gen Chat all the time and all that stuff. But also, I think it's good that we filled Raging's spot with a kid that's been here for a while now, knows all of us. Little Grape, and then Mint actually just made his return for the first time in like 6 months, 5 months, something like that. He said fuck school. He's not taking any summer classes. He's just going to work this summer, and he wanted back in. Um, I think Mint's probably my favorite new but old addition.
Well, I came back with thanks, Cookie. Anyways.
Okay, I feel like you were never gone though. You
All
were
right,
still
that's
here.
it's fine. We'll just move on from that. One thing I'll say about the new guys, like it's got to be weird coming in. You join these parties, and then you hear one guy saying, "I'm gonna kiss you." There's like 7 people trying to talk at once, and you just have to try to hear the guy that's trying to talk to you. But I will say about Steady is he joined and his name was like Steady Ulu, and he came in with some deep ass voice. I wasn't expecting that one bit. Threw me off for a loop. Another thing going on in the league, you bring up Mint. Mint came back today, and with him coming back, he did his power rankings, and there was a little bit of heat in the Gen chat. Did either of you guys see that?
Yeah, I was
I
talking in there.
I seen the heat, but like I know you weren't here when Mint was here the first time, but every time Mint drops power rankings, there's heat, so I was used to that.
Yeah,
I remember
Mint
that
will
when
literally,
we
if
first
you talk
started.
shit to him, he literally has no problem putting you at 33 when there's not even 33 teams in the league.
Yeah, that's
Well, I believe didn't he do that to Tages?
LLG or Tages, one of the two. It used to be known as LLG's like just designated spot was.
oh, he
No
still
matter
has
what,
it.
the man could be 16-0 and it doesn't matter. Mint still would have put him at 32.
Oh, he legit doesn't have 32. It's LLG for his power ranking. It's not 32. So it's still his spot even if he's gone.
Yeah, it is fun. It is nice to see him getting back into the league. He was definitely probably one of the top 10, top 5 members of all time. I feel like.
And Mint's funny. And especially when he's raging,
Oh,
because when he's raging, he will call you every name under the book. I've seen some Gen chats. The Game Time channel when he played Chandler and just was calling him every name in the book as Chandler was beating him. It was hilarious.
back in the day when we used to play Grand Theft Auto all the time, it was there was nobody that could get under Stinky's skin like Mint could. All it would take is for Mint to call Stinky a bitch boy one time, and I don't think I've ever seen, not even just Stinky, I don't think I've ever seen a kid under the age of 15 years old that mad before. Like,
I don't know.
Jack from The Incredibles when he burst into like a ball of flames, that was Stinky.
I believe it, but bring up his power rankings. Do you guys think DBD was actually upset about his ranking? Because I sure do.
Yeah, he said he
Uh,
didn't care, but
He cared.
I mean, he kept going in Gen Chat for a little
what?
bit about it, and
I
like you don't
seen
do that
like
if you don't
I
care.
seen him get mad, but what was he ranked at?
Like
Um,
22, 18.
Dang.
that's kind of okay to me personally. That's for DBD. Like he's got a point. He has made whatever it's called the playoffs every season he's been here. But like I think if it's 18, if it's 22, like that's kind of criminal. That like at that point, I mean, give it to Mitt. Like he doesn't really know DBD, hasn't seen him play, but like he's definitely higher. He's definitely deserves to be
That
higher than
is
that.
true. He hasn't seen him play, and he's coming off a loss to Trev. So
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's what hurt him the most
you
is losing
you
to
can't
Trav.
be too mad at it, but like I understand why.
I will
hey,
say it here
if
though.
anything, it's bulletin board material.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But I'll say it here: if Mint still doesn't have the rings, I'll gladly put up 3K rings for Mint to bet him, just because I want to see the shit talk at the end of it.
Oh,
I
speaking of that, he DVD he got some nerve talking about if you gonna call me trash, you better be ready to bet. But when I was telling him to bet me, what happened?
well, I know not. I think that was after I left the league by then.
I
But
think it was. But Cookie knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, H Coke wanted to wager DBD after H Coke had dropped a game to him, and DBD said that he doesn't play regs, he only plays in league. And then I did just bring that up in Gen Chat a little bit ago, but DBD said he's talking about wagering in the league. He wants Mint to
Oh, he's
bet
talking
him
about.
that he'll win his division, which I'm sure
Oh,
that
that's what he's talking about.
it's very very likely that he will. It'll be between him and Vampsy.
yeah,
Um,
depends on if Vampsy can get some actual decent players on his team if he actually is trying this year. Because I do think Vampsy, when he's actually playing and actually has a decent team, he's probably easily top 10, top 5 in here. So,
I think it's just if he plays or not. Because some
yeah.
seasons he plays, some seasons he's just too busy with life or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, so
yeah. I know school's wrapping up for him, so he did tell me probably last week that he is gonna start um, bringing back old Vampsy this summer. So we'll see when that happens.
well, if that's the case, DBD probably might can get the division this year. I don't. Vampsy, old Vampsy, when he actually is trying, is fucking annoying and tough to beat. Because he's got all the cheese ready for you. Corey Grant or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, Corey Grant, not even CMC.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else really going on in the league right now. It's pretty slow. Everyone's kind of getting their games in. Big discussion. Do you guys want the trigger rule back? Oh, you both answered
Yes,
yes. So that
yes.
all right, that
Yeah.
was coming. They didn't even have to ask.
Like, I feel like once people uh get like deep into the season, they really want to play their games like for real. They can be like, all right, bring back the trigger rule because like it's slowly starting. I don't know if y'all noticing, but it's slowly starting to people want the rule back. So I
Yeah,
say it'll probably be
I mean
back at least by
there
next
was a
week.
league suggestion, and it's at 13-4 right now. Four people don't want it. 13 do. Actually, if you take away Carlbot, it would be 12-3.
Yeah, and one of the three is junk. I don't think junk would really give care either way. But I mean, the only sad thing about the trigger rule is you'll lose a good member like Bomb because he just doesn't have that much time to be able to play every Because some of these psychos in here get their games in within 12 hours if they could.
They really would.
There's
Like, it's nothing wrong with it, but yeah.
no, I don't think there's anything really else going on, Lee. So we'll go over to the next topic. And this site's stolen from Bomb because. Oh, I did put NBA players this time around. Nice. Go to me. Thanks for the idea, Bomb. Top 10 NBA players. Bomb dropped the article where he put 27, or was it 27 or 26, guys?
26? I believe it was 26.
20.
Because I think, was it George Graven at 26?
Yeah, George Gervin. The smoothest finger roll ever. I love George Gervin's layup package. But
Well, I say before, what did y'all think of his list?
I
I don't know if y'all looked into it, but
the one thing I'll say is that I disagree with a good bit of it, but he put like time and effort into it for each player, why he ranked them there. So I give him credit for that. It's not like he just said, fucking Steve Nash, number 7, that just left it. He had a reasoning behind everybody, so I don't think it was a bad list. I disagree with a decent bit of it, but I definitely don't think it was bad. What about you guys?
yeah, I felt it was a decent list. I feel like by watching it, I could tell he like enjoys watching like centers play more than guards,
Yeah.
really. So like you
Yeah.
can't say it's bad or nothing. It's just the style of play he prefers, and like stories about like these old like Hall of Famers. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some people
old
just
school
think they're
basketball.
yeah. Some people just think they're better than anybody today. I don't
Mhm.
think I would agree, but
Well,
I can't hurt them for that opinion.
well, since you wouldn't agree, I know I told you guys both, and I know Cookie's at least got a list ready. H Cook, do you have a
Yeah.
list?
Yeah.
All right, let's hit us with your list.
Um,
From
you
10
want
to
to
1.
start 10
Yep.
to 1.
I feel like 10 to 1's harder.
Wait, do you want to start at 1? Do you want to do it like back to back to back, or we just same whole thing?
Just say the whole. Well, actually, yeah, we could go back to back. That'd be good. Like, so everybody, because I think starting to. What do you guys want to start? 10 or 1? 10 makes more sense. You know, you work down to the
10.
best players. But,
10, do the countdown.
all right. So who's your number 10, H Code?
Uh, I was struggling with this spot because there's a lot of people gonna be mad that are not on the list,
Yeah.
but I put Shaq at 10.
Ooh, Shaq at 10. I think he's a little bit higher. What about you, Cookie? Who you got at 10?
I had Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon at 10.
I like that. I do like that. Personally, my number 10, I think this might get some debate. I think it's Kevin Durant.
I think
Ooh,
that,
so we getting the current players already. I like.
yeah, I think Kevin Durant, the Achilles injury that he had is probably not going to help him longevity-wise down the road, but I think he's still going to have enough left in the tank the rest of his career to push him to the top 10. I just don't think I'd put him there yet.
The reason why I'm putting him there is I don't think the NBA's ever seen a better scorer than Kevin Durant. I don't think anybody can do legitimately everything at a high level when it comes to scoring.
Yeah.
Defense is important, but putting the ball in the basket is how you win basketball games.
And
no
he's
one
an
can do it
underrated
better.
defender. He's a very underrated defender.
He's gotten better over his career, but I think if that dude's a walking bucket, that's who I'd put at number 10. But I like Hakeem. I put Shaq better on my list, so that's the only thing I disagree with that. But to me, it was going to be between KD and probably Hakeem. I think Hakeem would probably be 11 for me.
You know who? Like, this is like recency bias, but you know who I wanted to put on the list so bad?
Steph Curry.
I wanted to put Steph on the list so bad.
I think he is also another one when he's done. He's going to push people off the list because
Like
he's changed
maybe
the game.
in like 3 years or something, he'll start being on the list. But I want him to throw him on that list so bad.
I think him and KD are the two that are just going to keep going up. And I do think on everybody's list, you're eventually going to have to put Kevin Durant on it. You can hate on him for going to the Warriors and winning, but now that's what you have to do. And sorry, he's got, 2 rings?
Yeah, probably 3 after this year.
Yeah.
You
The Nets are looking stacked, so. And no one can do on the offensive end what Kevin Durant can do. He does everything at a top 5 level in the NBA. So that's what I'm going to do. Who you guys got for number 9? I'll start somewhere last. 9, I get the big fundamental, Tim Duncan.
Ooh. Mm. You know who I have at 9?
Who's that?
It's Tim Duncan.
Hey, wait a minute. You guys know who I have at 9?
Who's that?
Tim Duncan.
Wow, really?
I think this is going to be the only consensus until we get to the top 3 or 4. But yeah, someone in party was arguing.
I think he's probably the best power forward of all time.
No doubt, but that
I don't even think it's.
I don't
even think it's
trying
close.
to think if there's anyone to argue there, but
only person you could argue is Dirk. I feel like
Karl Malone's up there too.
Okay, yeah, him too. That's true. I forgot about him.
But Malone's going to get held back that he never got a ring. Which, to be fair, a lot of
he has like 5, right?
It's 4 or 5, and he's done it all on one franchise. He was slowing down at the end, but in his prime, the 90s, the early 2000s, was one of the most dominant players in the league, and looked so like he just didn't look like he was killing you, but he was killing you at night in and night out. And he really took over the torch for David Robinson. I think Baum had David Robinson pretty high on his list. I don't know if I agreed with that.
Yeah, I think was he top 6 on his list? I think.
No, I think he was floating around the 10 area.
It was. I know it was. I definitely noticed that when I saw him on that list. But I say, you want to go to 8 then? Okay.
Yeah, we can go to 8. I'm
doing all these. You want to go since
I'm doing all these off the top of my head, by the way, so I should have made a list. Cookie, who you have at 8?
Number 8. Some people will love it, some people will hate it. H. Cook said give him 3 years. I put Steph Curry.
Woo!
He already has revolutionized the game of basketball. Teams as a whole are taking more 3-pointers a night than they ever have before. Steph really led the way for that. After guys like Ray Allen, he is only 83 pointers behind Ray Allen's career record, and Curry's played 600 fewer games than Ray Allen. And Ian did bring up an argument earlier that Ray Allen would have been a lot higher if he took the amount of shots that Steph Curry has. But come on.
I mean, anybody would be higher if they took that.
Right,
that's not really
he is the guy. He is the guy in Golden State. I don't know. Ray Allen was just never really the guy anywhere, was he? I'm not old enough to.
I'm not Bucks and the Bucks and the Sonics, yeah.
Supersonic, yeah.
But once he went to the Celtics, I feel like he stopped. He was still good, but he stopped being
the Celtics. The Heat, I feel like he just became one of those. Just if you need a shot, you need that spot up guy, like that catch and shoot type of guy. I feel like guys like Ray Allen, Kyle Korver, JJ Redick, those guys, that are on teams literally to shoot threes. Steph Curry does it all, and I just thought that was a crazy stat. They've been talking about for the past few years that he's the best shooter of all time already. So, I don't see any problem with putting him in the top 10. I just didn't want to put him too high yet.
I don't think he's there yet. I do think because early on in his career he was really injury prone, and he didn't really take off. I don't think there was a series versus the Nuggets. I remember Iguodala was on the Nuggets when I was still watching basketball pretty heavily and still following the Nuggets. And Steph Curry started stepping into that role, started stepping into being that guy, and then he's just taken over the league. And he has revolutionized basketball. But my number 8, I don't think he can get pushed off the list yet, but I think he will eventually. Got Larry Bird, Larry Legend. This dude is just doing what all these guys are doing now in the '80s. There's a story there showed that Larry Bird would literally come down, told a defender, I think it was Cedric Maxwell, exactly what he was going to do to win the game, and Cedric Maxwell said, "You're full of shit," and Larry Bird did exactly what he said and won the game. Like the he's been known as like the best trash talker of all time in NBA. I don't think what him and Magic were doing in the '80s. I don't think he's off the list yet. I got Larry Bird at 8. What about you, H?
Me. At 8, I have Hakeem. But I feel like there's like obviously I wasn't old enough to watch back then, but there's been a few people in history where I've definitely gone and watched as many highlights as I could, and just watching Hakeem play, I feel like it was something the NBA's never seen before, something I've never seen before. I just feel like he was different.
I think Hakeem was what 6'9".
I think so, like 6'9", 6'10", and he played like he was 7'2". Like it was crazy.
Yeah, he was that small, and he was going against Orlando Shaq, who was still an athletic freak, and giving him buckets in the finals. Could not be stopped, and carried the Rockets to their finals when Michael decided to retire those 2 years. So I don't mind it.
Actually, about Hakeem made my list at 10. The only reason I didn't put him higher is, like H. Coke said, when I got into playing like my team, Ultimate Team, like it's 2K's version of Ultimate Team for Madden. You know, I don't even know how old I was. Whenever they came out, I got an Hakeem Olajuwon card. And I didn't know who he was, to be honest. And so just looking him up and stuff, the biggest argument that people have for not putting him higher in the top 10 is because he didn't actually win anything until Michael Jordan retired.
A lot of people didn't win anything until Michael Jordan retired.
Yeah.
So that's
one thing. That's one thing about these top 10 lists that I hate doing. I hate like they'll do the same thing about people that played LeBron. They'll never be top 10 all the time because they ran into LeBron every single year in the playoffs or something.
Well, I'll just say this. You brought up 2K. There's a reason why there's a badge called the Dream Shake. Does anybody else have a badge named after their move?
Yeah.
That's like, what were we on, 7?
Yeah.
It's 7, yeah.
Who you got at 7, H Cook?
At 7, I have who you had at 8. I have Larry Bird. Yeah.
That is who I also have at 7 is Larry Bird.
We weren't far off on that, but yeah, like I said, I know you guys probably haven't. I enjoy watching older basketball more than I do today. I'm just not following it as much, but Larry's a stud.
Yeah, like growing up, I feel like from the 80s and 90s, there's like 2 people that you hear about these crazy stories about, and that's MJ, and the other one is Larry Bird. And like the stuff that he did to people, it's definitely different.
And Larry Bird has also kind of ruined the NBA for every other white player, because now anybody now is now called the Great White Hope because of Larry Bird, what he was doing in the 80s. So that's another thing. My number 7, I have Wilt. I think he might be on y'all's top 10s list, maybe not, but
yeah, he's on my.
I think he's the only dude from that era that can still play right now. Like, he's the only guy that
You don't think Bill Russell could play?
he could play and he would be good, but I think Wilt would still dominate. I don't think Bill Russell would dominate. Like Bill Russell. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but I'm not going to put Bill Russell in the top 10 because, sorry, there's like 13 teams in the NBA.
That's how many teams were in the league when he was playing.
Yeah.
It was almost 10.
And
Come on.
there was like of the top 10 players in the league, 9 of them were Celtics, and then the other one was Wilt. So, I don't have Bill Russell up there for that reason.
I don't have Bill Russell up there either.
I know he's won the most rings, but they're not as impressive as people like today's rings. But
they're just like Stinky's asterisk Super Bowls in the MK.
Yeah, exactly. But Wilt could still play now. Dude was an athletic freak. The only guy to ever have whatever fucking double bomb posted. That's an amazing stat. The only dude to ever drop 100 points without the 3-point line. Like that makes it even more impressive that Steph Curry's out here pulling from half court, and even he hasn't caught up to Wilt, who was only taking twos. So I think he's a bona fide top 10, and I don't know. I think he's the only dude from that era to still play. Let's see. We already talked about Larry Bird pretty much. As a YouTube ad comes on, I'm not skipping it though, so you guys just gotta get over it. Number 6, and this is the guy that was most disrespected in Bomb's thing. How do you not have Kobe Bryant in the top 10? I'm not overrating him because he's dead. If Michael Jordan is 1 or 2, Kobe Bryant's top 10 because that's the closest thing that's ever going to be to Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. Kobe is way higher on my list. I'm not even going to lie to you. So, I don't know if that's one of the players that I grew up watching. So I have like that attachment to like how people have MJ, like that type of attachment. And I just watched him dominate the NBA for 2 decades almost.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally Michael Jordan, just a little bit worse. Like, in pretty much every stat. He's just I don't know the stats. I'm not gonna pretend like I do it, but that's what I think of Kobe when I think he's Michael Jordan, just a little bit under. And you could tell he emulated his games. You can see Michael Jordan highlights. They'll put them side by side. They're the same exact moves. But everyone wants to credit Shaq for coming in. Like, Shaq wasn't winning those finals without Kobe. Or Kobe probably wasn't winning without Shaq. But I don't see how the man's not top 10 all time. Who you guys got at 6?
I got Wilt at 6.
Okay.
Like for like the same reasons you said. Like when you obviously I didn't see him play, but the stats that they bring up, and like I don't know about y'all, but I'm one person that stats matter to like a lot. Like obviously it's not everything, but like the stats that he puts up, they were insane.
You accountant.
Yeah, basically that's why I do love numbers, but
but his stats are
100
insane.
points, 100 points in the game. That's crazy. I know he averaged like 50 for an entire season. I believe that was the number.
50 and like 30 rebounds or over 20 rebounds. It was crazy shit what he was doing.
Like I feel like there's no way you could have him outside of your top 10. Like he should probably be even higher, but it's just he played so long ago. We think I guess recency bias. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something.
I think he's my third best center. Who you got at 6, Cookie?
Did you already say your number 6, Quanson?
Yeah, Kobe.
All right, so I'm gonna say my 6 and then transition us right to 5. At 6 I put Shaq, and at 5 I had Kobe. The reason that I would put Kobe above Shaq is just because, Shaq was 100% there, physicality wise, talent wise, but watching all the Kobe Bryant memorial stuff and everything he did, there was one interview where he said that Shaq had the potential to be the best, if not the second best player of all time. If Shaq would have just had Kobe's work ethic, then Shaq would have been unreal. We'd be talking about him at least top 3, top 2, right up there. But that's the only reason I put Kobe below or above Shaq.
But I think we all have Kobe above Shaq, right?
Actually, no, because mine Cookie transition to number 5 of being Kobe. I have it the exact opposite. I have Shaq above Kobe. For the simple matter is, I said a lot too. There's never been a more dominant figure in the NBA than Shaq. Maybe LeBron now. LeBron
That's
might be
because he's
taking,
fat as hell.
and he was athletic as shit. Like this man broke a backboard. And people don't really know Orlando Shaq, but Orlando Shaq is just as dominant, coming straight into the league. And while I'm gonna steal some of Bomb's argument, that Lakers team, Kobe was there, but Shaq was definitely the carry of that team. That team rode off Shaq's back. So he has one less ring than Kobe. I don't have any problem when you putting Kobe above him. I think those two deserve to be right next to each other. And if they were still alive, if Kobe was still alive, they would be debating which one of them is ahead of the other. They would be arguing and fighting over it. So I have no problem with that. But I have personally just my bias of being also a big guy. I put Shaq ahead of him, but that's just bias. Who you have at 5, H Coke?
At 5, I got Magic.
Ooh, you got Kobe at. Ooh, you got Kobe high. Yeah.
I mean, like, I was debating putting Kobe, like, since he did the 6 to 5, I'll do.
You got Kobe at 4?
Yeah, I got Kobe at 4.
Okay.
Like, I was debating back and forth, and I feel like that's just, I don't know. It's just something different about Kobe that, like you said, only person that we've ever seen like that is what is his name? Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why I put him over, but it might also be just me being biased. It's probably like a mix of both. But.
All right. Since you did that, and since I was the exact opposite of Cookie, I'm gonna come back to this. I have Magic at 4. Yeah, Magic at 4, because he dominated the '80s, and he revolutionized basketball when he was 6'9" and could handle and pass the way he could.
Like I will give him that. He definitely created like a trend type of player. Like I feel like people don't talk
Positionless
about
basketball.
it. Yeah, people don't talk about it enough. But I feel like people like KD, Ben Simmons.
Yep, Ben Simmons, Luka. You know, those guys that can play 1 through 3, 1 through 4.
Like they would all be power forwards if it probably wasn't for Magic. I feel it.
This is what I hate also about when people compare stuff. People compare Magic to LeBron. I'm not sorry, not Magic to LeBron. LeBron to Mike. When they should be comparing LeBron to Magic. That is who he is most similar to. He's more athletic than Magic. Yeah, he can attack the basket. He probably can shoot a little bit better. That's the similar player, the similar vision, the similar creativeness with the basketball. Being that big and being able to also be the point guard. That's who I really feel like LeBron should be compared to, is Magic. I get because he's up there with Michael, that's why. But Magic Johnson was the LeBron of the 80s and the early 90s. And if he didn't get AIDS, he could have probably
I agree. I agree with that statement. But I feel like the reason people don't do it is because Bron, at this point, is like a consensus better play than him.
Yeah.
So I feel like people they don't like compare you to somebody that you're better than, if that makes any sense.
I can get that, but I guess I'm just going with play style. Like you,
Yeah.
Like
Like
people will get on LeBron.
that's why I said what I said. I was like, LeBron is definitely more like Magic than anybody else in NBA history. Like,
yeah. People will get on LeBron for not taking the last shot, but to take the last shot, he's going to make the most like high IQ basketball play, and that's what Magic's going to do. If there's 10 seconds left, Magic might not take the last shot, but he's going to get someone a wide open shot, and that's what LeBron does in the late games.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. Who you have before, Cookie?
This is where I put Wilt Chamberlain was at 4, and then like you guys are talking about transition, I had Magic at 3.
You're.
Ooh.
I think this is where I'm gonna have to like say you're disrespecting one of the greatest players of all
I
time.
know who he's talking about. I know who he's talking about.
No, because you don't know what I have going on up here.
Okay.
I'll finish off my list to make you happy. If
No.
you want.
We're gonna go slow.
No, just save your argument till the end. I think you'll hear what you want to hear.
All right. Well then,
I know we all got this at least the same 3.
Well, you have Magic at 3.
Yeah, you have Magic at 3.
Listen. Okay,
no,
is that off my list right now? Then listen.
Okay.
Listen. Okay, I have Magic at 3. I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 2. So be careful, Quanson. Don't blow your lid when you didn't think I had Kareem on here. I definitely had Kareem on here.
Yeah, but that means you're leaving off one of the other ones.
Wait. No order, because I'm not getting into this fucking debate with any of you old heads or any of you young guys.
This is the point of the podcast.
1A and 1B. 1A and 1B. I have Jordan and LeBron. I'm not getting into the debate.
Cookie's list is now invalid. He took the
I'm not.
He took the cop out.
Getting into that argument.
Took the cop out.
Okay.
Do you want me to top off my list?
Yeah, top off.
Yeah, top it off.
All right, I got Kareem at 3 because he's. I don't know. That's just Kareem. I feel like everybody respects what he does, know what he do.
Isn't he still the leading scorer in the NBA? Is it of all time? That's the most important thing in basketball, and he's done it the best for everybody.
Yeah, they literally always talk about the thing about Kareem, is that he really the hook shot. There was nothing crafty, creative about his game, but him with the sky hook. That's his signature move. That's what he's known for. He was able to just dominate and become the NBA's leading scorer. I don't know. It's something magical when I see the name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
And then
Hakeem has a dream shake. Kareem has a sky hook. They're both pretty unstoppable. Who you got at number 2, H-Coke?
All right. At 2, I'm not gonna take the cop out answer. That's not what I do. I'm putting Jordan at 2.
Oh shit!
And I just feel like, obviously, I know what Jordan did. He's obviously wanted to, no matter what, and that's just, I don't know. I just watching Braun play. It's just. Like I said about Larry Bird, it's just something different I've never seen before. Watching highlights, I don't know what it is, but
yeah, I mean to give you full credit, you grew up watching LeBron. Everybody from this era is gonna definitely lean towards LeBron.
And also for me, I grew up in South Florida.
Yeah,
and he went
prime heat time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's impossible for me not to have him at one.
Right, and to be honest, I didn't really see Michael Jordan play either. I know you guys like to call me old and shit, but I still didn't really see him play. However, though, LeBron's 2, Michael Jordan is 1 for the simple fact.
Don't say 6 rings.
No, it's not. It's not the rings that Michael won. It's the one that LeBron lost. And
the Mavericks?
The Mavericks series where LeBron choked it away. Michael Jordan would never have choked that. And people could say, not blame him. That was all LeBron's fault. That was an aging Mavericks team. Dirk Nowitzki's great. He's one of the top 20, top 15, even maybe players of all time. That was an old Dirk. That was an old Jason Kidd. That was an old Sean Marion. That was an old Jason Terry. That was LeBron having a top 3 shooting guard on his team in Dwayne Wade. I think we can all say Michael Jordan, Kobe, then Wade, right?
I would put him probably I'd probably put D-Wade at 4.
Well,
the disrespect.
Jerry West is the damn fucking logo.
Yeah, D-Wade would give Jerry West 100 before Jerry West could get to 10. So that's all.
Hey, he's the logo for a reason.
That's fine. But he had D-Wade on his team. Chris Bosh, who might be a little overrated, but was still for that time very good. And for him not to win that, I don't count the Cleveland years because there's no way. Those Cleveland years, that was a terrible team. But people want to talk about all the finals he's made. He's been in the East most of his career when the East was literally considered one of the worst conference. The worst conference. There was so starved for talent. Michael, when he played, people want to bring up Michael not making it far without Scotty. Michael was going up against the bad boy Pistons, the Sixers with Charles Barkley. Like, there's a lot more talent in that Eastern Conference when Michael was playing. So for that reason, it can be. You can call me wrong. I don't care. LeBron can beat Michael in every single stat, and he probably will. He's played a lot longer. He came in at 18. Michael came in at 21. So,
to rebuttal that argument, I feel like holding the East against LeBron is not fair because he doesn't choose who he plays.
that's true.
And he went up against these people and dominated all of them.
He did until that Mavericks
Like-
series.
But that's not the East. We're talking about the East.
What?
He dominated any team he went up against. Because I know y'all remember every year. Oh, even the Cavs years. The Cavs, this team was trash. He lost Kyrie and Kevin Love. How is he gonna make it past the Pacers? And he'll just go out and sweep the team like nothing.
Yeah, I do not hold that playoff because that was probably the most impressive thing he's done in his career. When he beat the Pacers, and then when he went against the Warriors with fucking literally Matthew Dellavedova as the number 2 option. And
they went 6, right? Or was it 5?
I don't know, but the man looked like fucking Hercules out there trying to carry a team, and he was just battling fucking Jesus and everybody else on the other end. Like, that was impressive. But I just, like, when you're debating 1 and 2 of the greatest of all time, I think, like, minute things matter. So I don't think it's a not saying LeBron is number 2. But I just think that one series, that one bad series, which when you're debating number 1 and 2 actually matters, I got him at 2 because of it. I don't think he can ever catch Michael for that reason. But that's just me. I could be wrong. But we can all agree Cookie's answer was bitch made. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, so
Wait.
how much time? What's up?
I want to say, like, one thing that's never brought up is all the years that Jordan has not made the finals. Because they only talk about when he makes the finals. But they never talk about nothing else. That's one thing, though, I feel like they should start talking about.
His Bulls team was worse than that Cavs team. Yeah, LeBron was all-
Was it really?
when he was not making the finals, yeah, it was bad.
Was it really, though?
I mean, that's up for discussion. I was going to do the top 10 NFL players next, but I just checked. We're at about 50 minutes right now, so we're just going to skip that. We'll do that for another
We can do
one.
that next time.
Yeah, we'll do it for another one. So the last thing is I got a question of the pod. And this is kind of not fair because if Cookie and H-Co try to answer it, they see the question already. So you guys can't answer it. But right now, who is leading the MKL interceptions of week 4? So this could change. I saw Vampsy has Jesse Bates with 4 interceptions, and for some reason Ian wants to throw him 100 picks. Jesse Bates might get up there. So I'm not counting that. Starting right now, starting when this podcast started, it was a Titans player. That's a hint. So find the Titans player with the highest interception total. That's the answer to the question because he was leading this when I wrote this out.
Wait, do we answer it or like?
No. This is for the Discord. So they actually get to this point of the fucking shit of the podcast.
15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long one. I didn't mean for it to be this long. The top 10 debates are pretty long.
Yeah.
But you guys got any final closing statements?
My final statement is, Cookie, you got to pick one of them before this podcast ends. You can't have the competency. I'm sorry.
It's 1-1 right now. You're the deciding vote.
Oh god.
This is the end of who is actually number 1. You pick it. This is the number one forever.
The number one forever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Yes, sir.
All right. Cut the recording. All right. Until next time. Sorry for this being so fucking long.